Hello, everyone, and welcome to Deadly Dungeon, a community dungeon show presented by Regal Goblins and hosted by me, Nik Bowen. At this point, we've run the dungeon a couple of times, so I think most of us know how this works, but for a quick recap, every week we're going to run a floor of this dungeon, and each group is going to attempt to clear the floor. If they're able to clear the floor, the next group starts at the next floor, so on and so forth. And if the party should all survive and not let any members die, they'll have the option to run again the following week. So joining me today is our third party for Deadly Dungeon, and they are a party near and dear to my heart since I used to run in a campaign with these folks right before we started Deadly Dungeon. Welcome everybody. How are you doing?
Doing great
Thanks
here,
for asking.
Nick. Super excited. Can't wait to play.
Awesome, awesome. So let's go ahead and go through introductions and take a look at this shenanigans going on here on our loading map here. Oh my goodness, we've got some very strange character tokens here. So let's go down the cams and introduce Georgie Fruit first.
Oh, that's me first. All right. Yeah, my name's Alex. I am playing Georgie Fruit today. A fifth level cleric, first level druid, and it should be a good time.
Awesome. And we have Macbeth. You are muted.
Yeah, that's your area.
Wait, come back.
It's not just me. All right, why don't we move on to Zagig?
Sure. So I heard that on Colbert, like he mentioned this game, Dungeons and Dragons, and I thought, oh, that sounds kind of interesting. And then, like my kids, when they came over for Thanksgiving, they watched something called The Dragon's Prince, and I saw it a couple times while I was making dinner. So I feel pretty prepared to play this game, and I'm curious to see what it's all about, and see how it goes.
Excellent. Macbeth, do we have you on audio?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Gosh. My name's Lights, and I'm playing Paladin of Tempos.
Paladin of Tempos, wonderful. And finally, but certainly not least, we have Malcolm Finehand. What a great name.
Nice. Thanks, Nick. Hey, guys. Redbaron from the Disco here. Shane, otherwise. And I'll be playing Malcolm, the level 6 artificer with the amazing Jojo, the mechanical marvelous ape. And we make quite the dynamic duo in this team. Will be quite the conundrum for Nick to defeat, and I'm curious how far we're going to get.
Yes, aren't we all? So Jojo is a mechanical companion. How does that work?
Well, in the workshops and laboratories of many a wizard and smith, slowly but surely, Malcolm has been refining his talents and creating for us today an amazing mechanical gorilla that can perform many interesting feats and tricks and trades that you guys are going to see throughout the game. And I am super excited to watch him possibly frustrate Nick. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Let's dive into the Deadly Dungeon. So we're all over here. So, you all find yourselves in a very strange room. Bookshelves, furniture, sconces on the walls that emit light but don't appear to have any sort of source. Zagig brought a bunch of chickens that are clucking and pecking about all over the room, and there is a door to your, we'll call, east that has 3 runic circles. concentric over one another. Let's roll initiative to see who goes first.
Let's do it now.
While we're not in combat, and even while we are, we use initiative to determine who is acting at each moment during the dungeon. So we'll have Zagig and his chickens go first.
All right, his chickens are actually in a sack.
Oh, are they? Oh.
Yes, I specifically bought several sacks to keep the chickens in.
Oh boy.
Who would want to herd chickens? I mean, that would be absurd, right?
Okay. We'll tuck that away then.
Oh no.
All right. So Zagig suddenly appears here. He's this really old elf, the first bald elf, gray-haired elf you've ever seen. He looks sort of like if Bernie had really let himself go and hadn't shaved for a couple of weeks. He's so old as an elf, like his ears are even kind of drooping a little bit. And he's wearing a gray sweatpants, incredibly wrinkled, tucked into Uggs. His shirt is this really faded, you're like, that must be original, like a Ziggy Stardust David Bowie shirt, concert t-shirt. It's faded, even though you know it probably started off black. It's faded to about the same colors as sweatpants, except for up on his shoulder, where he's got an owl sitting on his shoulder, and there's all kinds of stains on his shoulder where the owl has apparently had accidents and it's never quite, been able to get the stains out. He has a bucket next to him, these bags of chickens. He's holding a broom and a dustpan, and it looks like he's sucking chicken wing sauce off his fingers, and he's got some smears in his beard, and it looks like he's wiped it occasionally on his shirt and his sweatpants. His shirt's also incredibly wrinkled, and he just again and starts adjusting, pulls a rapier out of one of his sacks and tucks it into, he's got a belt tied around his shirt, and starts just kind of sighing and putting on a strap, takes a bandolier of hand axes out of his bucket and straps it on and just starts getting ready for a fight.
So you've got a lot of stuff there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. Very, very organized. Okay. Malcolm, here you and JoJo are.
I think Malcolm blinks for a moment to take in the surroundings and looks about at the rest. Says, Georgie, Macbeth, Zagig, where are we? Did we leave? Did we leave the capital? I don't remember walking out my door. I thought we were asleep or something. Oh, JoJo's here too. Well, that's good. Wouldn't want to go anywhere without him. I have all your gear, I think. Hold on, I was working on it last night. Let me go in my backpack and here's the blade, and okay. And Zagig, I got your bag whenever you want it. Just feel free to come grab it. And Malcolm holds out a bag, a long sword, and strapped over his back is a heavy, although oddly modified looking crossbow that he's holding. Malcolm's about 5'8", medium build, tan skin, brown eyes, and behind him is his mechanical marvel JoJo, which stands probably a little bit taller than Malcolm, but still a medium creature. So plated in steel and iron, and with mechanical eyes, just nods almost wordlessly to Malcolm, and probably would, as a bonus action, Malcolm would command him to stand next to Georgie and Macbeth to take a more defensive position. But otherwise, that ends Malcolm's turn.
Georgie.
Yeah, Georgie looks like a typical older dwarf. He's 4'2". He has kind of a small cloak around him, but he instantly takes it off and starts painting his face because he wants to have the most beautiful, kind of eyes that pop out. He gives them little stars that go across all the way, some glitter. And then he also, if you notice real closely underneath his scale mail, he's got a golden leotard on because he really wants to make sure he's a great performer and he's limber and ready for anything. And I guess he looks around there. Hey guys, what are you guys doing here? Oh, hello guys, we're having some fun today. This isn't the place I expected to be on vacation. And he just starts painting his face.
He'll start painting his face.
Yes.
Oh my. Okay. Interesting. Macbeth.
I guess Macbeth would be almost stoic in his reaction to being suddenly teleported, arriving into this area, waking up, and like kind of understands that the Sisters of Fate do already have this like timeline planned out for him, and I guess this is where they wanted him to be.
Excellent. All right. Our next round, Zagig.
All right. I guess we're up again. He pulls out his spellcasting focus, a little egg-shaped crystal. And see he's pulling down his sweatpants in the back. He kind of reaches behind. All right. Just says you have to be touching it. Get both hands free this way. That's why you want to focus with no sharp edges.
Malcolm.
Malcolm kind of nods unceremoniously to Zagig, familiar with his strange rituals of using arcane foci, and taking his own arcane foci out, he inspects his tools to make sure that they're capable of still casting magic, and maybe gives it a little bit of jolt. His stained hands emanating a little bit of electricity, and when he sees that the magic's responding to him, he just nods to himself and then looks about the room and says, well, maybe we should find out where we are. Are we in a library of some kind? I'm gonna go take a look at those books, guys. Macbeth, your sword's right here. And Malcolm puts the sword on the ground and looks to Zagig, and Zagig, your bag, and drops the bag in the square and goes and walks over to the bookcase and goes and inspects the book titles.
I appreciate that you could have commanded Jojo to hold the items for them, but you dropped them on the floor.
He's got more important things to do. It's fine.
Okay. We'll circle back around to what you find. Georgie, it's your turn.
Yeah, he gets done painting his face, and yeah, you see the multiple colors around his eyes. You see the lipstick he's got on. Everything's glitter, of course. And he draws these strange symbols on his cheeks as well. Now that he's done with that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go read some books too. That sounds good. Yeah, see ya. He goes over and he starts trying to find books that are about how to communicate with people better.
Okay. We'll circle back around to what you find as well, Macbeth.
And I noticed that he throws out like the Jojo, Georgie? Jojo. And I noticed that Malcolm just threw the sword on the ground and didn't give it to the mechanical monkey or ape that's just sitting there doing nothing. So he's kind of a little bit angry about that, but he'll kind of like pick it up and like look at this towering ape over him, and he'll pick up the sword and follow what everybody else is doing and go to a library case.
Okay. Everyone has started looking at books, Zagig. What are you doing?
He's still getting himself prepared. He cuts a 2-foot length of rope from the end of his rope, his 50-foot rope, which he's got, tucking into his belt. He drops the 2-foot length of rope into his bucket. he's like arranging everything, getting all set. He looks over at them and says, how come you guys aren't ready for dungeon crawl?
All right.
You're not even dressed appropriately.
And remind me, you're dressed in like a owl shit stained shirt with sweatpants on and Uggs. That's right.
Yes, and yeah, the shirt, it's a David Bowie Ziggy Stardust tour shirt.
That's right. Yes, thank you.
And Gary, his owl, is perched on his shoulder.
Yes. Excellent. So we'll pass a couple rounds as you organize all of your items, and the rest of the party searches the stacks and stacks.
Right.
Of books.
Once I'm set, I'm gonna join the search too. All right, there's a bunch of books here. We got sucked in some kind of mysterious dungeon. Everybody look to see if any of these books are about us or have pictures of us in them. That's the kind of thing that happens in these dungeons where you get teleported in. And he starts looking and he's like, oh, and just like pull all the books off the shelf in case there's like any that you pull them out and like, oh, look, secret door. Or in case there's any scrolls tucked into these books. Sometimes there's scrolls hidden in them or little notes.
Ooh. Can I have everyone make me an investigation check, please? All right. Malcolm, well, first of all, you all notice as you go through all of these books tell stories of great heroes, champions, stories of great fighters, sorcerers, adventurers. There's great tales of conquest, of diving and delving into dungeons. Just lots and lots of stories of very interesting people. Malcolm, you do find a story that is about the four of you. What is the story?
It was probably the time we met Zagig when he was ripped into our world from another place that he claims is the more real world. Something about, I don't know, like oh gosh, and Malcolm's trying to find the word because he can't remember it. Zagig, what's that place you're from? Black Goose or
Greyhawk.
That's it. I think I found that book you were looking for, and the rest of it just seems like a bunch of fairy tales. Strange.
Interesting. I knew there was going to be a book about us in here somewhere. Supposed to be mysterious or something.
And then Zagig, you said you were looking for hidden switches, trapdoors, or maybe like loose scrolls or things. You find perhaps the most mundane book in all of the stacks. It is just a very plain leather-bound book that says on the front of it, diary.
Oh, look at this. Seems like Anne Frank's been through here too. I'll take a look inside. This must be where she hid. It's a little bigger than I heard about it being, but oh well.
God. I'm a little flustered, I'll be honest. You find that there is a passage written on. There's a blank page first, and the second page has an entry, and then the rest of the diary is blank.
Interesting. And you got a pen.
You know, oh no, I left my parchment back in my workshop. Shoot.
All right. I take out a piece of chalk because I didn't have enough money after I bought all my various things to purchase an inkwell. And with the chalk, I write, my friends and I were extremely triumphant in the room after the opening library room. in the after the diary starts. Then I close that, put it in my bucket, and I'll get out. I've got a ladder among my equipment, and I'm like, McDuff, you're I think the strongest one here. Help me with this here.
And I'll kind of like look at my eyes around, like, McDuff? Who?
Or Macbeth, sorry.
And
Hey, we've been friends for a few months now. You could get Macbeth's name right. Shouldn't be.
Well, he's always drinking that Duff beer. I get the whole thing. It's all mishmashed. Anyway, Macbeth. I need your help separating this ladder. You see, now here's one of those little tricks that I keep telling you about. You can buy a 10-foot pole, but a ladder is the price of 2 10-foot poles. And what is a ladder made out of? 2 10-foot poles plus all those rungs.
Oh, as
so you're getting all those rungs for the price of 2, for just they're like free when you buy the 2 10-foot poles. So then you sell your 2 10-foot poles that you just turn this ladder into, and now you got all those rungs, and they can be firewood, they could be pegs, you could make like a little chair for a halfling out of them or something.
Sagan, I not to stop you, but I love your stories from in these crazy worlds and these crazy adventuring techniques you have, but I forgot, you're right, I have to go prepare my things if we're going to go set off into what I assume is a dungeon, because this place is littered with death trap stories from
exactly. That's why we need these 10-foot poles.
Right. Hold on. And Malcolm sits on the easy chair and starts magically tinkering on some of his bolts.
Tell the wingman to be careful, okay? I'm trying to learn how to communicate better. Tell him to get better.
I start looking for more communication books.
All right, Macbeth, you help me with these. Help me take apart this ladder.
Yep, I'll start helping him and kind of seeing that this old guy is just a genius with this unlimited money trick, and he'll do what he says and help him pull it apart.
All right, we now have 2 10-foot poles. I put the rungs into my bucket. Pure gravy.
Malcolm, in the meantime, is going to magically tinker 3 of his bolts, place them in a separate pouch, and enchant them to glow with a bright light, 5 feet, and a dim light of 5 feet beyond. But they're tucked inside of a pouch, so they're not visible.
Okay. Sounds good. Is anyone else doing anything during these 3 rounds of tinkering and ladder assembly?
I'm gonna take a look at this door over here and just kind of like, what is this?
Yeah, so the door, as I described, has these 3 concentric circles right there at head height. And the circles are made of these strange runic symbols that you do not understand.
Just be like, I'm just gonna tell the party, I think this is the entrance to the dungeon, or whatever this place is. And whenever you guys are ready, and I'll just sit, I'll kind of like coyly just put my back against the wall over here and sit back, tapping my shield and just rocking out until everybody's done.
All right, I'll take out of the 10 chickens, I'll take one of the chickens out and put it in a second sack. I said, not you, Henrietta. You're not going with the others. And then I'll go take a look at the runes. Can I do an Arcana check on them?
Sure. Meanwhile, Georgie, I'm not sure how you're identifying books about communication, but if you're looking for self-help books or communication textbooks, you do not find any.
Okay. Yeah, I think I actually found the book I like right here. Yeah, so I think I take a little quick passage, look at it, and then I walk over to Jojo. And I look at him, look down at the book.
I love you. Oh, that doesn't sound right.
Jojo stares at you impassively. It doesn't say anything.
Relationship.
Then
Okay.
I just go to give him a hug and start telling him how much I love him.
Oh, reciprocating gesture, Jojo says, very robotically, as his arm moves behind you in a replicating fashion and moves very robotically, patting you on the back. Probably a little harder than you're comfortable with, but.
Oh. Haven't been like this since I was a kid when my mom hugged me. Oh, this is great.
Zagig, you puzzle over the runes on the door. They confound you. Meanwhile, as you turn to look around the room, you notice that the color of some of the books just looks off. It looks like everything is going a little pale.
All right. Well, these aren't actually runes. These are like when you're on a movie set and they just paint a bunch of runes that don't mean anything just to make it look mysterious. Yeah, but these don't mean anything. Oh, meanwhile, almost forgot. He pulls out a bag of caltrops and a bag of ball bearings. Who wants which?
Suppose you can make Jojo hang on to one of them. He can slam our enemies with only one free hand. That's fine. Or bite them with his jaws. And Malcolm just asks, "Oh, your bag!" And Jojo reaches down mechanically and grabs Zagig's bag and trades him the bag for the caltrops.
Awesome. I'll keep this bag of holding in my bucket. Plenty of room in there.
Just be sure to put on the rope. Malcolm will get up and go join the others.
Okay.
Hey, does it look like there's a lack of color in here? Like maybe this place is turning into one of those cheap illustrations in like one of the old school modules, just like looks like they hired somebody's little brother in high school to draw it.
Oh, you mean like a black and white painting? Is it, Nick?
You, as this gets pointed out to you, it does not look like there's anything wrong with the environment, but things just look dull and faded. As you continue to stare, as you all talk, you notice that the effect increases. Things grow more and more pale, except for the door and you all and Jojo and the bucket, the chickens and the broom, ale.
Zagig, do you think if this is a book about our adventures, do you think it's like, is it writing itself like one of those magic books?
I don't know. We'll see. And I guess we'll check out the next room. I'll carry it. Well, you can put it in my bucket if you want, or you can bring it in your pack.
Well, hang on.
I've got this diary. We'll see how it works. Yeah. Look at the end. So, I have no problem with spoilers.
How did your adventure when Zagig came from another world end?
Zagig joined the group, and a creature from between realms came with him, and we had to battle and defeat that creature to save Zagig's life, as he was literally coming out of the portal fighting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a bad time. Me and my friends, we were in the Tomb of Horrors. Yep, all kinds of crazy stuff going on in there. And although I heard about it later, and it seems like it was probably a good thing that the tomb zapped me out to this other world, didn't go too well for my friends.
That creature was horrifying. It was wrapped in bandages, and it tried to eat your face. My God.
You guys kept screaming that it was a mummy in your hit, and I'm telling you, no, that's Tim. He just got like really badly burned in the third room, and we wrapped him up, but it just smacked him over the head with that, Jojo just boom right on his noggin. Down he went. I was like, well, I mean, too late for him now, I guess. We'll just, go with that mummy story. At least that's what we'll tell the cops.
I guess I'll say, are we ready? Ready to start exploring?
Sure. Just open the door.
All right, everybody get ready. I'll have my he'll take his rapier out. It's really rusty. It looks pretty old. It's rusty, and he's like, "Yeah." So here we go. And he's got the bag of chickens kind of like up on his shoulder, ready to hurl it.
Oh, is Macbeth holding his longsword? Or the longsword that...
Yeah, I picked it up, and I had my shield, and I was like drumming away while craziness ensued.
Okay.
So.
All right. One of you, I'm sure, reaches for the door to try and open it. The handle is locked. And as you turn to face your companions, you notice that now the features of the room are beginning to lose detail. Like the fine textures of the books are beginning to grow like really bland. The interesting texture of the marble floor, the fibers on and the grains of wood of all the furniture are beginning to just like become really mundane and even disappear. And the colors are growing incredibly pale.
Yeah, definitely second edition module. You kids, you're so lucky these days with your color paintings. Ours, we just had like somebody traced something and then drew some chainmail on it. Our modules, it was pretty sad. I'm frankly embarrassed by the things I went up against in the caves of chaos by the Keep in the Borderlands. Most poorly drawn things you've ever seen.
We're like looking at each other while while he's like spewing this, and we're like, "What is this crazy guy talking about? Second edition? What?"
I mean, that's
nobody knows what that is. Yeah. And anyways, are you guys ready? And he'll start like,
shove the door.
Touch the door more. Yeah, I'm like trying to shove it even more.
Macbeth, as you fiddle with the handle and start pushing through, like trying to push against the door to open it, you see the innermost ring begin to glow. At first a little, and it grows brighter and brighter as you push on the door. How do you react to this glowing?
I kind of like take my hands off. Am I gonna get shocked?
The light disappears.
And I think you'll kind of put two and two together and say maybe we need like multiple people to touch the door, or
like a weight lock on a printed door. No, yeah, we have some of those in the workshop that people are working on. Everybody touch the door knob at the same time and really give it your all. Sometimes things like that kind of wording can require a group effort to get through. Oh shoot, hold on, I'll get Jojo to move, and Malcolm commands Jojo to move closer to the door so that way
you adventure today are so spoiled. Back in my day, every door took an open doors check. You had to roll to see if you could open a door, and believe it or not, you could fail. They were all stuck, every door in every dungeon. Bit of nonsense. Now you can just walk through them, and you guys don't know what it was like back then.
I know, Zega.
Yeah, we'll try this hand on the door thingy.
Macbeth's athletics is impressive.
So
just hold on to this.
When Macbeth first touched the door, none of you could see the ring glow. But as each of you reach out and place a hand somewhere on the door and think about moving through, maybe pushing with your body a little, the ring begins to glow for you as well.
Say power of friendship, I guess.
Just like those group blocks back at the Capitol.
You will spend the next 2 rounds concentrating on moving through the door, hand on the wood or handle, pressing, and for 3 rounds you do this, and with each round, each of the rings glow. And we'll
Can't believe we got teleported into a goddamn team building exercise.
Zagging, weren't you supposed to cast your mage armor before we go into the dungeon?
Oh yeah, thanks. Good point. I'll mage armor myself.
And as you say this, you move through to the other side of the door, where you are met with a quiet still, much like in the previous room, but there is this wall right in front of you, and I'm going to move some of you a little bit so we can highlight this. So in front of you, who's the human in this group?
Malcolm is.
Malcolm. Malcolm, can you see anything? I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
can.
you. Oh, can you?
If I'm not supposed to, then
Oh, because you have JoJo.
Yeah.
JoJo can see. You cannot.
So Malcolm's like feeling around, and then he's listening for anything because Zagig always tells him, "Don't open your mouth in dungeon. You got to listen for threats before you speak."
Mm-hmm. So we'll move back into initiative round. Zagig casts Mage Armor. What does your Mage Armor look like?
My Mage Armor looks like a to go along with his current clothing. It's like a big hoodie sweatshirt, also smeared with it's like this ghostly hoodie, also smeared with wing sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Also grayish. Says, I don't know why you guys are dressed like that. See this? The gray sweatpants.
Zagig. And like hearing his voice, Malcolm goes for his face to try to quiet him.
Give me a sleight of hand deck, please, to quiet your friend.
You got it.
Oh, let's see here. Knowing your friend so well, you manage to catch his mouth right as his lips open, keeping the room quiet and still. So in front of you, you see this just wall. There's a 10-foot gap between the door that you moved through and the wall that is right in front of you and kind of curves around, wrapping either way. But also on the wall at around knee height, waist height for our dwarven friend, there is what appears to be a little door on a hinge that kind of like a flap, or Zagig might recognize as a dog door. Let's go next to Malcolm, who, despite what your JoJo can see and what the viewers can see, you cannot see anything.
Malcolm, not saying anything, takes a very careful listen to the air to hear for any creatures that might be in this room that we can't see.
Okay. What is your or give me a perception check.
You got it.
What is your passive perception?
14.
You just hear a quiet stillness. There's some noises, but you're not sure if it's just like your friends rustling around. Or if it's like the chickens in the bags.
I think not trusting the darkness around because of Zagig's many tales of dark tombs and the Tomb of Horrors, Malcolm just mouths the word to Zagig because he heard Zagig talk, so he mouths the words, "Should we get the light?" And hoping he can read his and he just says that really enunciated.
All right, so
it's Georgie's turn.
okay.
Yeah. I go behind and tap on Malcolm and get uncomfortably. I pull up on his shoulder to bring him down to me and get uncomfortably close to his ear, and I'll whisper in it. Wow.
That was so quiet I couldn't even hear it.
Stage whisper.
I'll actually say it loud.
I can light you up if I want.
If you feel it's safe, do you hear anything? Malcolm whispers to Georgie.
Then I'll do a perception check to find out.
Okay.
My passive is 14 as well.
You happen to hear what sounds like a creature snapping at another. You're not really sure where it came from.
Sounds like there's two things going at it in here. It's all weird.
You just see Malcolm nod, holding his hands on Zagic, but taking them off his mouth.
Macbeth.
He didn't really hear Alex. Like, he hasn't heard Alex, or not Alex. Georgie. And he hasn't. He's been acting like he understands what he's saying, but in reality, he's never understood like a word he says. So he has no idea. But he's also quiet, listening around, and he gets a sense that like something might be around. And I'm pretty sure I have ability, divine sense.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Sorry. Basically, I can like see, or I can like know if something's nearby.
Yeah. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like the heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. So until the end of your turn, you know the exact location of celestials, fiends, undead. There are fiends, like very close. You smell just like a burning sensation. It like burns your nostrils. There are 4 creatures, like to the left, to the right, on the other side of the wall. It's a strange sensation, but you smell the smells coming from both sides, and even from wafting from the slits in this little doggy door here.
And I'll like whisper down, and I'll say, there are 4 fiends. I don't know what they are or where they are, but they must be some sort of evil if I can sense them. Their stench is like that's all I can smell. And he'll get up and he'll prepare his sword and shield and get ready for the whatever is coming next.
Okay. There has been a lot of whispering, a lot of moving around. Can I get a group stealth check from someone?
Probably Zagic.
Yeah, not me.
Zagic, the one least concerned with being quiet. Okay, let's see.
I haven't had my turn yet.
I'm
on 6.
I believe you cast mage armor when you came through the door.
Oh, okay.
But it is your turn again. Oh, this got all sorted all weird. Yes, actually, it is your turn. Sorry, I got messed up.
All right, will a perception check take my turn?
Yes.
For my action?
Yes.
All right, then, so I saw this little doggy door that's like right here.
Uh-huh.
All right, I pointed out to the others that can see. I take my old school hammer and iron spike out of my bucket, put the spike down at the bottom, and spike the store OG adventurer style, the doggy door.
Okay, this is going to make a lot of noise.
Yeah, better than getting bitten by dogs coming through the door.
Okay. Zagig slams, you said it was a piton or a nail?
Iron spike.
It's iron spike in the
Ooh.
PH.
Slams an iron spike and creates a loud noise, and suddenly woof 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 woof, and then you see heads, or not heads, you don't see them, but you see the flaps start like pushing against the iron spike, and there's lots and lots of barking and woofing.
Macbeth, the light!
So we are going to start our first combat here. Can I have everyone re-roll initiative? Every time we start combat, we re-roll for everyone. I am going to roll for all of the Hellhounds individually, but I'm going to group up all the Mastiffs if that is okay with you all.
No problem.
Just a question. The radiant. Okay, no, never mind that, Chase. Sorry.
Okay. All right. We have everyone's initiative, and we will let combat begin with 3 Hellhounds. Oh boy. All right. The first Hellhound is going to come dashing around after trying to bust through the dog door. You hear lots and lots of barking and snarling, and this Hellhound is going to come sprinting up, stopping right. Let's get rid of these chickens since they're bagged up. I'm going to get rid of their token if that's okay.
Sure.
They're not presently on the map. So here is a Hellhound. They use the dash action. We'll have the second Hellhound do the same thing, but come from around the other way. And they will dash to get right here. Third Hellhound will also do the same thing. And dash to right here. And it is Georgie's turn.
Yeah, it is. Did see that coming. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to. Sorry. I'm going to take a. No, I can't do that. All right. I'm going to bonus action Shillelagh.
Ooh, awesome.
And I'll put it in chat here.
Shillelagh the cantrip, which
Yes.
turns your club or quarterstaff. What are you holding?
I am holding just a basic club.
Okay. And now it is a D8 weapon.
Yes. I have that, and it's
Fine time, I guess. Okay.
and then I take a swing at the more north one up here.
Okay. Give me a roll to hit. Our first attack of the evening, a 19 will hit. For 8 damage. Boom. And so Georgie, you described him as having all of this makeup on. So what does he look like exactly?
Yeah. He looks like I guess a person out of an LSD trip. He looks like he's just straight out of like some sort of trip where he has like all the glitter like flying off his face, and the paint just as he's fighting it drips down a little more. But yeah, he has a lot of just literally makeup on his face, and when he swings with it, you see him have an attack sound as he attacks. So when he hits his shillelagh, he goes,
Haha. Yeah, now your time to deal with my shillelagh. Haha. Yahoo.
and then he goes and hits.
All right. That's it for your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. The Mastiffs will go next. They will all be slamming their bodies against the doggy door, trying to push through. Can you give me an attack or maybe like a athletics check to see how well you slam that iron pick into the ground, Zagig?
Like an attack roll with his weapon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, dang.
Yes.
Yeah, so all of the Mastiffs are just slamming their bodies against this. They eventually give up, and they begin sprinting around. So many of them using their action to attack. And they come around the corner. Zagig, it is your turn while I move the rest of the Mastiffs.
All right. I look at this Hellhound in front of me.
Yes.
I start speaking in Infernal, the language that I took.
Ooh.
And for also, so I'll start with, look here, Hellhound. You, me, we're just the underdogs here. Whoever the boss is, that's the 1%. And then I cast Suggestion, speaking in Infernal, so that the Hellhound can understand, because they understand but do not speak.
Okay.
Infernal.
All
Look, you must protect and help us to reach the boss at the end of this level and defeat it, because he has stolen your favorite ball, and only we can return it to you.
All right. Can you link suggest for me, please?
Sure.
Oh, the shenanigans begin.
The shenanigans begin.
Oh my god.
All right, let's see. Where is it?
Okay, suggestion. You can target a creature that you can see. This is a creature. So you are concentrating. So let's get a concentration symbol on you. Put the clock there. You suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two and magically influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. Asking the creature to hurt itself, throw itself onto a sphere, immolate itself, or do some other obvious harmful effect ends the spell. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. What is your spell save DC?
14.
Okay.
Does it increase with my aura or no?
No,
Is that
that's
just
our
against-
saves.
Okay,
Not,
All right. The Hellhound cocks its head and sits and listens to you, and then begins to growl at you.
All right, it's worth a shot. And for my item interaction, can I pull out my rapier?
Yes.
I'll set down my buckets and pull out my rapier. Can I pull out my short sword in my offhand or no?
Dropping the bucket's a free action. You can use an item interaction, and then I think your bonus action you can also use to grab an item. So I think that's fine.
Actually, you know what? I'll throw the bag of chickens for my item interaction. If I can throw the bag of chickens behind.
I think throwing it would require an action because that's kind of like an effort. Oh wait, you said your item interaction?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. You can just toss the bag of chickens.
All right. So I'll just toss it over here behind them, and
okay.
so the chicken swarm goes, except for Henrietta.
Right. There's a lot of and rustling of the bag. Macbeth, it is your turn.
I'll take a attack at this Hellhound over here with my longsword.
Okay.
And yeah, okay.
Oops. These chickens are in a bag. A 13 against the Hellhound does not hit.
Okay, and then as a bonus action, I'll use the radiate light from the weapon that Malcolm gave me. So it emanates bright light.
Okay. So you are emanating light. How far?
30 feet bright, 30 feet dim.
Okay. There you are. You can see clearly now. All right. Anything else from you?
Nope, that'll be my turn.
All right. Malcolm.
Malcolm sees the Hellhound in front of him and like, whoa! Looks behind him, sees Jojo threatening one, and says, "Jojo, get him!" And as a bonus action, I will command Jojo to slam the Hellhound.
Okay. So I believe if you use a bonus action, you can command your JoJo to do stuff. Otherwise, I think unless you do that, the only thing it can do is dodge.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So JoJo goes after your turn, but you've used your bonus action. So how about your primary action?
I will. Malcolm, do you want to take my space? Or no, I'm sorry. No. Macbeth, do you want to take my space? Malcolm says, looking behind him.
Yep. I'll say sure.
All right. So Malcolm will. I can squeeze with another friendly player, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I.
Mm-hmm.
So I can share the same. So I can squeeze with Malcolm and move into this space.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I will use my action to disengage.
Okay.
And move there and pull out my rapier. And then my turn.
Okay. The final Hellhound will go. It will also slam against the doggy door and start making its way to the front lines. And it's actually going to run over here and then look at this thing of chickens, and it's going to give it a good sniff, and open its jowls, drooling and salivating. Next, at the top of the round order, this Hellhound will decide if it's going to go.
Oh, my JoJo has to stand there.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. It is JoJo's turn. I skipped over that.
Yep.
I,
All right.
I skipped JoJo, so I take 5 damage.
Oh, all right.
When we make mistakes, we take 5 damage.
Oh, cool. Well, JoJo will, looking at this Hellhound, reach out with both hands and grab it, and then its jaw distends into sharp blades and attempts to bite with its gorilla fangs.
Oh my gosh.
The neck of the Hellhound.
Okay, and you're attacking the one here?
Yep.
Okay, roll to attack. A
20.
20, that hits.
All right, sweet. For 4 force damage.
All right. We'll pop that health bar up front there if we can. Difficult to see. All right. Anything else from JoJo?
He's got movement. No, he's gonna stay where he is.
Okay. This Hellhound will turn to sniff the bag of chickens and will determine if it's going to go for that. It's going to bite at the chickens, who cannot see their attacker because they are in a bag. So it will bite with advantage, with a critical hit. And it's just going to gorge itself on this bag of chickens for the round, and lick up every single one of them.
That's what they're for.
That's what they're for. This Hellhound, on the other hand, is going to use its fire breath in a 15-foot cone, which is going to target all of you. Can I have everyone make me DC 12 dexterity saving throws?
All right, +2 from the aura or +3 from Macbeth's aura.
I think it's +3.
Yeah, it says +2 for some reason, but it should be +3.
You have to turn. Yeah, you have to turn off your global save modifier for bless and make one for your aura.
So just pretend it's 9 + 3 instead.
Which is a 12, so you pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm adding 3 to this.
Yes.
Yep.
Pass.
It might have taken a second to come and I clicked it.
Malcolm passes as well.
Yeah, I'll try clicking it again, see if it comes up.
And with a +3 on top of that from your paladin buff, that is also a 12. So everyone go ahead and take 8 damage.
Right.
And this Hellhound will stay right there.
And
does
JoJo
JoJo owe you a save?
Yeah, JoJo also needs to save. Thank you.
Okay. Does that other Hellhound get hit at the bottom as well?
The other Hellhound does get hit.
JoJo saves.
JoJo saves and takes only 8 damage.
Okay.
All right. Meanwhile, the next Hellhound will also queue up its breath attack. So can I get saves from all 5 members of the party once again?
Sure.
Pass. Ooh, Malcolm fails.
And then JoJo.
9 plus 3, 12.
That's a 12.
And 11 plus 3 is 14.
Okay. And the Steel Defender benefits from the Paladin buff as well, I guess, huh?
Yep, because it's an ally.
Okay. So everyone takes 7 damage except for Malcolm, who takes 14 fire damage.
Okay.
Just these 2 heads erupt in flames that burst past all of you, singeing you. And it is Georgie's turn.
Okay. Yeah. And just making sure that I said that, but so this one down here.
That one is well fed.
That one though doesn't get hit by the cone.
It did. It did get hit by the fire.
Oh, okay, just didn't do it.
I don't think they're affected by fire.
Yeah, I didn't, but I was just gonna check just in case. You never know. Yeah, I guess I'll stick where I am. I'm gonna use my shillelagh attack again. Try to attack this creature. The same one I attacked before, the more north one.
Sure. Ooh, a critical hit with your shillelagh.
Nice.
And I go up close to him as I hit him. Go. You ready to touch my shillelagh? Yeah, yes you are. And then I smack him in the face.
We walk around with a lot of weird old men, okay?
We've got a lot of weird people in this party. All right, 11, big damage. Anything else, Georgie?
I guess I will move over to here to, let my ally get the bottom.
Oh, all right. The Mastiffs will go next. This Mastiff will charge in here, and this Mastiff will... I'm going to get rid of the chickens since they're dead, and have...
They're still dog food.
This Hellhound is just, like, eating the whole bag.
Oh, wow. They don't want to fight over it?
We'll see. We'll see.
It's 9 chickens.
That's fair. There's a lot of chickens in there. So these 2 Mastiffs are going to come in here. The bottom one is going to attack JoJo with a bite attack for an 8 and miss. The one on top is going to target Macbeth, who is squeezing. So this attack has advantage against you, Macbeth. A 7 will miss, however. The rest of the Mastiffs will come in here, and all of these Mastiffs on the south are going to just start chewing on chickens. Meanwhile, the Mastiffs up north come over here. Boop. And they are going to... These 3 are going to have readied actions. And then there's one more Mastiff that just can't get in there quite yet. That brings us to Zagig.
All right. Just question. My parents always told me that you shouldn't give chicken to dogs because they could get like the bones caught in their throat and they like break easily. Any chance at all?
I mean, this is a massive Hellhound that has like 2 heads. Well, I guess my art asset has 2 heads, but I don't think Hellhounds actually have 2 heads. They're eating whole chickens. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a d20 and we'll see. On a high, this Hellhound's gonna have a tough time consuming whole chickens. Okay, this Hellhound begins coughing.
Yes.
And they are not doing very well.
All right. And I'm gonna try it again here, just because it'd be useful and it would change this whole fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go, look, we're working together. I'm the one who fed you. Has your master ever given you, is the dungeon boss ever given you a big meal of chickens like this? That's why you must protect and assist us in reaching the dungeon boss so we can retrieve for you your favorite ball.
Okay.
D14. Come on, come on, come on.
And you're going to use... are you using suggestion again?
Yes, the suggestion again.
Okay. Can you link it for us once again?
Sure. It's DC 14.
Vote for the
Okay.
butterflies, Rob.
This Hellhound
Yes.
will fail. They'll like turn back towards you with puppy dog eyes, and there'll be like a glare over their eyes, a glaze, I should say, and they cough out a bone and then turn back towards the mastiffs to the south and begin to growl.
Yes.
What a cool dog.
Yeah.
That's why I saved Henrietta. It's a special treat.
All right, and that brings us to Macbeth, who is squeezing. With
Yeah,
Malcolm.
I'm gonna take an attack at this mastiff right here.
Okay, it'll be a disadvantage since you were squeezing.
Can I can't move into that square though, right?
No.
No, okay.
No.
Yeah, so I'll
A 9 will miss.
okay.
You
I'll
could
also
shove
take
it, too.
Yeah, I'll just take another I'll take another swing at it.
Okay, with extra attack, and a 16 will hit.
Okay. And yeah, I guess I'll on my turn here.
Can you roll damage
Oh.
since you hit it? All right, 10 damage will kill this mastiff.
Okay.
These-
Can I just move? Can I move into that square? Yeah.
Yes, you can take possession of that space. They're no longer squeezing.
Okay, and I think that's it.
All right, that brings us to Malcolm.
Malcolm, seeing, nods to himself and says, "All right, well, this thing's silly," and drops the silly rapier in his hand, pulls out his heavy repeating crossbow, and takes aim at the wounded mastiff north of Georgie and begins firing.
Okay, so you have a heavy repeating crossbow, and this is repeating because you are an artificer who can infuse items, and the repeating nature of this crossbow you have added to this. I believe it gives you +1 to attacks and damage, and it also can just generate its own ammunition.
Yep.
So it
removes
ignores
the loading property of a crossbow.
We love when crossbows get to ignore the loading property.
It looks very much like the Van Helsing crossbow that he used against the vampires. So
Perfect. Okay. So you were in melee range with an enemy, but that enemy has since been suggested and is no longer threatening you. So you are not in melee range of any enemies. So
very
you
convenient.
attack normally.
All right, I will make this first one a sharpshooter shot against the top right Hellhound up here.
Okay. So sharpshooter, you take -5 to your hit, but can do +10 damage.
Yep.
All right.
All right, here we go. Just make sure my bless is on. Ah,
Ooh,
one.
A natural 1.
Blarg.
Unfortunate. Anything else for you on your turn?
I will use my extra attack feature to take another sharpshooter shot at it.
Okay.
26. Oh,
Wait.
I'm sorry, -5. 21.
21 will hit the Mastiff. Or, I'm sorry, the Hellhound.
All right, it takes, add 10 to this.
16 damage. Whoa. And this Hellhound takes a huge hit. It yelps and recoils and then turns to face you with a low growl.
I look behind me and I look at Jojo and I say, heal! And use my bonus action to command it to repair.
Ooh, so it can repair itself. Excellent. I believe it can do this 3 times per day.
Yep.
Okay. And at the end of your turn, Jojo will go and use repair.
Cool. All right, Jojo will repair itself. Its plates that are singed suddenly like auto buffer the soot from its metal body, and it just starts auto polishing. It has these like little rags that pop out and just start like scrubbing
I love it.
rapidly.
Nice. Okay. So roll 2d8 plus your proficiency bonus, which is what that little baby is. And
9 hit points.
Heals for 9. Excellent. I assume that's the end of JoJo's turn.
Mm-hmm.
And so this Hellhound, it will also see if there's any chickens left to gobble up, and if it's interested. There are none that it is interested in. So it is going to use its fire breath on the lot of you. Can I get DC 12 dexterity saving throws on all of you here?
All right.
Bad.
A 10 from Georgie, a 7 from Malcolm, 2 crits that if only Macbeth could share with the party. Wow, so many crits. So if I could have those of you who failed take 21 damage and those who passed take 10, please.
Oh, man.
Lots of fire. And after that, we will have the Hellhound, who is suggested go. And this Hellhound is also going to fire breath. However, it's going to target a bunch of Mastiffs.
Yay!
And they are all going to die. I wonder,
Yes.
could it get all of these?
I'd say yeah. I think so.
Up to you.
I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I think
Like,
cones
it
are
could-
supposed to be 90 degrees.
Yeah, and there's like 5 and then 10 and then 15 squares in the cone shape. So it could breathe around the corner to hit all 3, but I don't think it could.
Yeah.
Long live the 99%.
Jesus. Yeah, I think it's going to hit those 4. And how long does this suggestion last? You're
8 hours.
concentrating.
Yes, it's 8 hours.
Oh my. Okay. So you need to make me a concentration check for getting hit from the fire breath. Which really should have happened before its turn. But I'm only calling it out now.
All right. What is the difficulty of the DC?
It's
DC
a 10.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw, which you pass. Plus you have the buff from the paladin, I believe.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay. Ooh, you're quite low there, Zagig. How
I
you
sure am.
How you feeling there?
Not good.
How unfortunate. Up top, this Hellhound will roll to see if it recovers its breath weapon, which it does not. So it is going to make a bite attack at Georgie, and it has pack tactics because it is within 5 feet of another creature. So it'll hit with a 19, I believe.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna cast Sentinel, or
Ooh.
use my Sentinel, and then
Okay.
as an opportunity attack on him.
Okay. Macbeth will use the reaction using the Sentinel feat, which we saw last week, to attack an enemy who's attacking an ally. So these attacks are simultaneous, I believe. Oh, nice. So that will kill the Hellhound as they bite at your friend for 16 damage. Whoa. 6 and a 5 on that fire. Wow. Okay, so that kills this Hellhound. How are you doing, Georgie?
I went down to -1 with 16.
Ooh,
Yeah.
our first
my God.
victim already.
Yeah.
Woo, woo,
All
woo.
right. That's 0.
Okay. Meanwhile, this Hellhound will go, and they will bite at you, Macbeth, after you strike its companion. But it does not have pack tactics because you just killed its friend, so it will miss on a 12. Georgie, can you give us your first death saving throw? Our first death save of the night.
Yes, I can. Oh, beautiful time, too. Let's...
Ooh, a 16's a pass. I wonder, does the Paladin aura help with death saving throws as well?
It does. It's a
It
save.
does.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Incredible. All right. The Mastiffs will go next. There's just one Mastiff to the south. I'm going to move its dead friend here. It's going to charge in here, and it's going to bite at JoJo. JoJo's AC is 15, so it will miss.
Can I also make a?
It doesn't want to bite at the Hellhound that burned all its puppy friends. Okay, that's fine.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
I was also gonna say he just watched his entire family die.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you might not want to be around. You might want to leave.
All right. There is room for one Mastiff. This Mastiff will charge in, and I'm going to move the dead Hellhound here to the corner. And it is going to... Macbeth is the more threatening target because they're still standing. So they are going to attack Macbeth with a bite attack. With a critical hit to hit for 12 damage, and I need a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone, Macbeth.
Strength?
Strength saving throw. And once again, these paladin auras are doing lots of work, although you didn't need it. So you
and
were
minus how much? Sorry.
Minus 12 health. And these mastiffs are also going to keep ready to actions. That brings us to Zagig.
All right. He's getting into bad shape. If that Mastiff hadn't moved there, I was gonna mobile my way through there. Let's see. I was hoping to save this for another time, but I'm gonna have to do it just to try to save myself. So, bonus action. I'm gonna begin Blade Song.
Okay, we have our Blade Singer from the new Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. A new wizard archetype.
And I call out to the others. Now keep in mind that I learned blade singing back in the 80s in the old school, so don't you be judging. And he starts singing, is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in the landslide, no escape from reality. He moves into his blade song, and he's going to suck down a potion of healing, his one and only potion of healing. How much is the potion of healing?
They are again 2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
All right, and
one
so
more. Fire blast will put me down. All right.
Ooh, nice. Good heals. Okay, so your blade song lasts a minute, so it will finish on round 37. So I'm going to put that on our turn tracker here. And what are all of the benefits of Blade Song? I think I added like a shortened version that you can link for us on your character sheet.
Oh, so many benefits.
There's a lot.
So many benefits.
So like as long as you aren't wearing medium, heavy armor, or shield, and as long as you only make attacks with one-handed weapons, you benefit your AC by your intelligence modifier, which is 3. You get an additional 10 speed, and you already have the mobile feat, so you're moving 50 feet in a round. You have advantage on acrobatics checks, and you add your intelligence to Constitution saving throws, which is great for concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's specifically for spell concentration. Nice. Okay. Anything else from you?
That's my action is to drink the potion. My bonus action is the Blade Song. That's this round for me.
All right, Macbeth.
I'm gonna heal I'm gonna use Lay on Hands.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna on Georgie.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And I'm gonna use all 30.
All 30 of your Lay on Hands points. Georgie, you are healed 30.
I will take it. All right.
Okay. Anything else from you, Macbeth?
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to use my Shield of Faith.
Okay, can you link Shield of Faith for us, please? All right. So, a creature of your choice gains a bonus of 2 AC for up to 10 minutes. Who are you targeting?
Myself.
Okay. So you are concentrating. Go ahead and increase your AC by 2, and this lasts for 10 minutes. So on round 127, it will expire. Okay, anything else?
Nope, that's all I can do.
All right, Malcolm.
Malcolm looks about and says, "The Mastiffs or the Hellhounds? Which one?" And he looks to Zagging.
I'll point to the one in front of it. This one has joined our side. He's part of the revolution now.
Right, and Malcolm will, nodding to Zagging, point towards the southern Hellhound and fire off 2 sharpshooter shots.
Focus fire them down.
All right.
Just everybody pick one, take them out.
All right.
And as he's doing, he says, "Jojo, smack it!" And he fires 2 sharpshooter shots at the southern Hellhound with the red dot.
Okay. Give me your shots, please.
That'd be a 22.
A 22 will definitely hit.
For 20 damage.
Ooh. Again, we're subtracting 5 from the attack and adding 10 to the damage for the sharpshooter feat. All right. 20 damage. Let's see if we can get that health bar to pop up front there. So it's taking quite a bit of damage. Your second shot, please.
Yep. Same thing, sharpshooter shot. Wow.
Another great hit. Wow.
For
21 damage, slaying this Hellhound.
Jojo, get the Mastiff instead.
All right. At the end of your turn, Jojo will attack the Mastiff.
Yeah.
All right.
This time he'll just smash the Mastiff's head. Try to smash the Mastiff's head with one of his gorilla paws, giving it a slam attack.
Okay.
And I'll say, Malcolm, which one are you going to attack in the next 6 seconds?
The Hellhound north of us. I've got to get rid of those things.
All right, gotcha.
Does Jojo hit?
Jojo does not hit.
Okay.
Tough dogs.
All right, bringing us to round 28. We have now Blade Song and Shield of Faith listed here, so we know what round they expire. The Hellhound here will, let's see, let me read suggestion once again. Yeah, it wants to get its ball back by defeating the boss, which is what you suggested.
And protecting us so we can do it.
I don't remember that part, but okay.
Yeah, I specifically said it must protect and help us so that we can help it get the ball from the boss.
We'll all go get its ball.
All right. I was just teasing you, Rob. So this Hellhound will chomp at the Mastiff, and it has pack tactics since Jojo's there to help. So it will strike with a 23 to hit, and it will kill the Mastiff that only had 2 HP. All right. This Hellhound up top will go. It will roll to see if its fire breath recharges, which it unfortunately does not. So it will bite at Macbeth with pack tactics since it has the Mastiff next to it, and it will attack with an 18, which would have hit, but you just used Shield of Faith, so it does not hit. Georgie, your turn.
Yeah. I'm going to use let's see. Just make sure. Let's see how much it is. Going to just use Shillelagh.
Okay. Who is your target?
The Hellhound.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. A 25 will hit for 6 bludgeoning damage. All right. Anything else, Georgie?
Let's
Sorry.
see. Okay. I guess the last thing I will do is I'll use healing words on my friend next to me.
Okay, let's see it. Rob, I see you pinged Unseen Servant. You might want to go into your sheet and unspend that spell slot. So healing word. Who does this target?
I'm targeting Macbeth.
Okay.
And I will link the actual thing in there as well.
Perfect. All right. Macbeth can go ahead and heal for 9.
Yep.
Yeah,
I added the life stuff in there already.
Right, you are a life cleric, so your healing is increased by the level of the spell, I believe.
Yep, I've got it here as well.
Plus something else. 2 plus the spell level. Yep. So that's why we have the bonus, the 3 there. Okay. All right. Did you get the healing?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. The Mastiff's turn. There is still only room for one Mastiff. So they will bite at Georgie, who's right in front of them, with an 18.
As you do that, I'll also take my Sentinel.
Okay.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. The Mastiff will bite you for 2 damage, and you need to pass a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay.
You pass, and the longsword attack hits for 11 slashing damage, which kills the Mastiff. This creates room for another Mastiff to charge in and also attack Georgie. With a 19 to hit for another 4 piercing damage, and I'll need another strength saving throw.
Ooh, jeez.
Which you fail and get knocked prone.
All right.
Excellent. We've got the falling symbol there for Georgie. Unfortunately, there's not great room for this Mastiff. They try and squeeze in here on the side. There's just not quite enough room for them to get in there, so they'll back up. Zagig, your turn.
All right. So Malcolm said he's going to attack this Hellhound. So I look at my owl on my shoulder. Go. Right. Gary, why don't you go give Malcolm the help action against that Hellhound over there, flustered a bit, and then fly up out of range and back over here using your flyby attack, which allows you to do that without provoking an attack of opportunity, being as how you're an owl and all.
Okay.
Have plenty of flying movement.
What?
So you have a familiar.
Yes. Gary the owl, the one that has stained my shirt.
Where did this come from?
From the Find Familiar spell.
Did you use the Find Familiar spell and I missed it?
I just assumed it would start out with my familiar.
Oh boy.
I specifically described how my shirt was like covered with owl crap and that my owl was sitting there.
This takes 1 hour. Okay. Yep. That's fine.
I mean, that's just sort of a thing that all wizards have if they have the spell. I
yes.
assumed. I mean, I didn't check on you with that because I just assumed it was a given. But
okay, I'm gonna be very explicit in the way I say this. Considering the casting time of this spell, I will allow it. But
okay. I asked you about it. Remember, I asked about familiars.
Nope, you're good. Thank you, Nick.
All right, thanks.
Yes. Okay. All right. So it will swoop in and make an attack against the Hellhound.
All right. And I am going to move back in case of more breath weapon recharge shenanigans.
Okay.
Oh, no. It uses the help action, right?
That's right. It is the help action. So I'm going to put a little Band-Aid for helping.
He's not going to kill us all, is he?
1, 2, 3. I am going to firebolt this Mastiff here.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Let me get over to that on the sheet here.
Ooh, a 22 will definitely hit, and it's probably going to kill this Mastiff here. Can you give me damage, please?
10.
That'll do it. Oops.
And just a free talking, I'll say to the Hellhound. Well, first I'll look. Is the Hellhound a boy or a girl?
I mean, you're gonna need to take a moment to really look to tell, but we can find out.
Well, I mean, it's a hellhound. I assume that either there's something big dangling there or there isn't.
It is a female hellhound.
Alright.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
Does this change anything for you?
I'm gonna say to the hellhound, I wish you could tell me your name. Seeing as how you can't, is it all right if I call you Ellen?
It like just looks at you with puppy dog eyes.
Like it likes to be called Ellen, or it's like, no, please, not Ellen.
There is no dissent.
All right.
All right.
Say, who's a good girl, Alan? Who's a good girl?
The tail like wags a little. Macbeth, your turn.
I'm gonna target the Hellhound. I'm gonna do 2 longswords.
Okay, your first attack has the help action, but you get a 24, which is a hit. And a 15 will also hit. Please roll damage twice. All right, 10 damage. Anything else from you, Macbeth?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right, and now it is Malcolm's turn.
All right, Malcolm looks to Jojo and says, Jojo, go get that mastiff that's still hiding out in the back. You can squeeze by, Georgie. And Malcolm will, over the back of Macbeth's shoulder, fire off 2 sharpshooter shots at the Hellhound.
All right.
First one. 21
Is a hit.
for 22 damage.
Oh my god.
And
That
second
thing hurts.
shot, that's a 10. Which
That
is a miss.
is a miss.
And actually seeing that, Malcolm says, shoot. Nah, you should still go get the Mastiff, Jojo. You probably can't kill it. And he backs off from the Hellhound to give room for Jojo.
Okay. So you've used your bonus action to command Jojo. What does Jojo do at the end of your turn?
Jojo runs in a leap, probably putting his hands on the back of our dwarven companion's shoulders, and leaps over Georgie to give a double-fisted slam into the Mastiff.
Ooh, excellent. The Mastiff's readied action will go off, and it will bite at Jojo as it enters its threatening range. With a 12 to hit, will not pierce Jojo's steel plating. Give me your attack. A 19 will hit, and 4 force damage will kill this Mastiff.
Circle, Jojo, circle! And Jojo will begin circling the Hellhound after it finished its movement.
Excellent.
To here.
Okay.
All right, that's the mojo, Jojo.
All right, we circle back around to our first Hellhound, who will roll to see if they recharge their fire breath, which they do not. They will see Georgie lying there on the ground, and they are going to bite at Georgie with advantage since they are prone, but that will not do. What did you name this Hellhound?
Ellen.
Of course.
Okay, I think I got these out of order. So Ellen will go now. And Ellen will also roll to see if they recharge their fire breath, which they do not. And Ellen is going to rush up and attack this Hellhound here. And Ellen has pack tactics, so they will miss with a 10. Georgie is next. You are prone, lying on the ground.
Yes, I am. I will take some movement to stand up. And then I will look at this creature, and I'll say, now it's time for you to get the shillelagh. And he will get hit.
Okie dokie. An 18 will hit the Hellhound. For 8 bludgeoning damage, magical bludgeoning damage. Nice. The Hellhound looks beaten and bruised. It like circles its head around, growling at each of you. There are no mastiffs left. I'm sorry, is there anything else, Georgie?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. That brings us to Zagig. Your actions,
Krob?
Zagig.
Rob, you're up.
All right. I do not think my firebolt is going to do anything here. But so the only thing is this one over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, all right, Gary, help me out with this last one. And I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I am going to try to hit this guy with my rapier and my offhand short sword.
Okay.
And I continue my blade song.
Right. Excellent. So you get to add your intelligence, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy. 'Cause I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low.
All right. Your attacks, please.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm better off just going for the 2 rapier shots. 1,
That hits.
2. Short sword misses, I'm guessing.
Oh, yes, the short sword misses, but I think that the first 2 attacks will be plenty here.
Yeah, it's it's D8 plus 3 for each.
Yeah, I think you can just click the rapier, the word rapier, and it'll roll damage for you. You have that set up. Yeah. Okay. And those 2 attacks will strike down the Hellhound, killing it. And the room will grow still. That's
Sigh of relief goes over. Macbeth, his hands on his knees, and he's like, whew. And, yeah, it'll take a quick second to regain his thoughts.
All right.
And we...
Zagig finishes out his song.
Mhm.
Mama just killed a dog. Put my sword against his head. Well, anyway, that's enough of that.
Aren't you pushed in and now he's... Oh, okay. Never mind then.
All right. And I think with that, we're going to take our first break. We will see you all on the other side.